You know, what's the one thing that really separates the wealthy from, well, everyone else? Here's a hint for you. It has almost nothing to do with the money they have in the bank. Nope, it's all about what's going on in their head.
I mean, we've all seen it, right? Some people just seem to climb and climb, while other people, who work just as hard, sometimes harder, feel like they just can't get past some kind of invisible wall. So, what is really going on there?
Is it just plain luck? Were they born into the right family? Or maybe they have some kind of genius-level talent that the rest of us just don't. You know, we tell ourselves these stories, but honestly, the real reason is usually a lot simpler.
What if the real difference isn't about anything on the outside? What if it's actually an internal framework, a completely different way of seeing the world that changes your entire financial future? And this, right here, is the absolute key. Their financial success, it's really just a symptom. It's the outcome of a very specific mindset. It's that internal operating system that's actually generating the wealth. And you know what the best part is? A mindset can be learned. Anyone can learn it.
Okay, let's break this down. Let me tell you a simple but really powerful story. Just imagine two people. They start with the exact same salary on the exact same day. On the surface, you'd think their situations are identical. But underneath it all, their mindsets, they're from two different planets.
Now, what's so fascinating here is the core question each of them asks. Person number one sees money as a tool for today, for consumption. It's all about spending. But person number two, they see that exact same dollar as a seed. It's a tool for creating something for the future. It's about investing. One question drains your resources, the other one multiplies them.
And would you look at that? This chart just shows it all. After just a decade, the gap is absolutely massive. And it wasn't because of a big raise or some lucky stock pick. Nope. It was the result of thousands of tiny little decisions, all guided by that one single difference in thinking. One person bought things, the other person bought assets.
And that leads us perfectly into our second big idea. See, most of us are taught this really simple equation. If you work more hours, you make more money. But the wealthy, they've learned how to completely shatter that equation.
Man, this quote from Warren Buffett just cuts right to the chase. There are only 24 hours in a day, right? If your income is tied directly to those hours, you have a built-in ceiling on what you can earn. The real goal is to decouple your money from your time.
So how on earth do you do that? Simple. You build systems. These are like little engines that make money for you without you having to be there every single second. We're talking about businesses, investment portfolios that just grow and grow, or assets that kick off cash flow. They're basically money-making machines that work for you. And that's the magic word right there, leverage. It's about using your resources, your money, your ideas, your systems to get a result that's way bigger than the effort you put in. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter.
Okay, this next idea. This one might be the most counterintuitive of them all. For most of us, failure is this terrifying thing we have to avoid. But for the people who build amazing things, failure isn't the end of the story. It's actually a really important part of the process.
Seriously, think about this. Elon Musk put pretty much all of his own money on the line for two companies that were just about to go belly up. Most people, they would have bailed. The fear of losing everything would have been completely paralyzing.
This just shows the mindset difference in black and white. One view sees failure as a final judgment, a stop sign. The other view sees it as data. It's just feedback you get during the messy, complicated process of creating something new. One mindset avoids playing the game so they can't lose. The other understands you can never win if you don't play.
So this brings us to the real secret sauce, the one core shift that's underneath everything we've been talking about. The average way of thinking is all about cost. It's about scarcity, about how much will I lose. But the wealthy mindset, it's all about value. It's focused on potential, on how much can this create.
And man, this is such a powerful way to think about it. We get so hung up on the price tag of taking a chance that we completely forget to think about the massive, invisible cost of doing nothing, the price of the opportunity we just let pass by.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually start doing it? Well, the good news is you don't have to be a billionaire to start thinking like one. You can start making these little shifts in your mind right now, today. So where do you begin? It's simple. First, start learning. Just become obsessed with understanding how money actually works. Second, focus on building valuable skills, because skills are the engine that creates opportunities for you. And third, think long-term. Stop focusing on this week's paycheck and start thinking about your life 10 years from now.
that perspective shift will change every single decision you make today.
Ultimately, it all comes back to this. If you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this right here. Money is just a tool. Your mindset, that's the architect. It's the blueprint that decides what you're going to build.
Everything we've covered today, spending versus investing, using leverage instead of just effort, embracing failure, it all boils down to how you choose to think about these 4 simple things: time, risk, opportunity, and learning.
In the end, it's that simple, and it's that profound. The biggest gap between the rich and everyone else isn't what's in their bank accounts, it's what's between their ears. The difference is how they think. So I'll just leave you with this one final question. After everything we've just talked about, what's the very first thought, the first default way of thinking that you are going to challenge and change starting right now?